Hello and welcome. I'm Arumba. Thank you for joining me. So I wanted to do something a little bit different. I've been doing a lot of Crusader Kings 2, had a lot of fun with it, but I want to revisit a classic in my mind. It's already an instant classic. It's called FTL, or Faster Than Light. Came out a while back, but it's essentially very quickly in my mind just become one of those games you can always come back to and have a lot of fun with for brief periods of time. Very first time I played it, probably played it for like 20 hours and loved the heck out of it, but now it's just fun to revisit every now and then. Now, I did just recently reinstall it. I upgraded my computer a while back, so I don't have any of the new ships, which is a little bit unfortunate, but that's okay. Well, I'm just going to play through, have some fun. Right now, I only really have, it's the same thing as a brand new game, the Kestrel. So if you're not familiar with this game at all, it is basically a roguelike, meaning that you start out fresh, you kind of go and explore and try to find new items and get experience and levels and things. And if you die, then it's permadeath, meaning that you cannot save. You cannot save at any point. So it's a tough game. I'm going to keep it on normal mode, though, because I have beaten it on normal before. Now, I am a bit rusty, so I'll probably do quite poorly. But, yeah. Let's rename my primary character here, make him Arumba. And we'll just leave the other people the way that they are. That's fine. And, yeah, so we start off with an Artemis missile launcher, standard missile launcher on most Federation ships. It's alright. And a burst laser 2. Mark 2, in fact, so it's a little bit better than most. So yeah, let's begin. The data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing rebel fleet can catch up. Yes, continue. Now, let us begin. So, I am going to be the pilot, naturally. Well, no. I think instead I want to be the weapons guy. We'll have Beth take care of piloting the ship, and we'll get one guy over here in the engines compartment. And the reason for that, you see these little head icons here, here, and here. So, you get a bonus by having somebody in that area. You also get a bonus to the weapons area as well. So it says right on here, click a weapon to charge it. Manning reduces charge time. So I'm going to be this ultimate weapons guy. I'm going to make our weapons fire even faster than normal. Engines gives us an extra ability to dodge. And you have to have a pilot in order to jump. So you pretty much always want somebody piloting, plus it allows you to use evasion. So let's just dive right in. I'm going to kind of explain it as we go if you haven't played it before. If you have, then great. I'm just having some fun with it. So let's begin. I'm going to go this way first because the rebels are always going to start on the left side over here and work their way left to right. So we're not going to have a chance to explore this one if we don't do it now. And let us go ahead and begin. So every time you jump, there's like an event that can happen. It can either be a good one, bad one, or nothing. You recognize the ship as a well-known slave trader. He hails you and offers you laborers for cheap. Let's see. We're not going to buy. We don't have any scrap, which is this number here. Let's attack him, and we can hopefully get an extra crew member. Alright, so I'm going to pause it and just dive right into this. So we have missiles and lasers. Missiles we only have a certain amount of, just 8. So they are not cheap. But it's really going to be essential that we use them. Let's start off by shooting for the... A lot of times I like to go for shields first, but I also like to kill the piloting. That way he can't evade at all. Fighters, missiles! Yes! There goes that. And let's see, we'll keep everyone there. That's fine. We've already lost these two things, apparently. That's too bad. So we've got shields, engines, oxygen generation. We'll shoot there next. I'm saving my missiles for now. Taking a tiny bit of hull damage. That's too bad. Rather than deal with this fire myself, oh, I can't actually open my doors. Those are broken too. Never mind. Just let it stay contained. It's trying to escape! We will accept your offer. Take one of our slaves as tribute. If you destroy us, they'll all die anyway. We accept. Thank you. So we've just gained a new crew member here. This is a... Let's see. Let's learn a little bit more about him. So Sai Heng is a mantis. The mantis' disregard for individual lives leads to their evolution as a vicious warrior race. They have double damage in combat, 1.2x move speed, and they have halved repairing speed. Compared to humans, which are just bland, boring, normal, this is an excellent person for ground combat, or inside the ship combat, or even teleporting across, which we'll probably get to later. I also like to use mantises for manning weapons, and just in general being around the weapons room, because people like to try to blow it up. But let's take a minor little break here from the space exploration in order to repair some things. He's going to be very poor at it, so... Now, as your units or your crew work on jobs, they gain experience at it and they get better. We'll explore that in just a moment. Beth is taking a little bit of damage, but that's alright, she'll be fine. We'll sub her out now. She's gonna go in there and get healed up. Right, so, for instance, Arumba, my character, has a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of repair skill from repairing some of the stuff in the fort. In the fort. Huh. What am I talking about? There's no fort. Got a tiny, tiny bit with, really not much. Who was that I had in the missile room? I think it was me. So I'll go back there after healing up. We'll send Beth back up to there. And let's go ahead and get this guy over in the shield room after he heals up. Looks like everyone's at 100%. Now, you have a certain amount of power in your ship, and you can decide where to put it. You can put it into shields, into your engine, into oxygen. You can say, for instance, cut power to the med bay in order to increase power to the engines. So I'm going to do that unless I need to heal. So that's good. And let's continue on. Small rebel ship is docked at the small station. You try to lay low, but it spots you. Alright, so for this guy, this is a rebel fighter. He's very powerful for this early in the map, so I'm going to definitely use a few missiles on him. Let's first start off by shooting the pilot. If the pilot is damaged, then he cannot evade any missiles that I fire at him. So I want to make sure we don't miss our missile shot. See, like he just shot a missile at me, it's pretty powerful. Unfortunately, he damaged my weapons, and so we're going to have to take a risk at it. Let's go for his weapons with a missile. Now, missiles can penetrate shields. He has 1 level of shields. Missiles will fly right through it. You can see here it says does 2 damage. Pierces all shields. So we've managed to take down his weapons, so he can't attack us right now. Now would be a great time then to get a couple people into this weapons room and try to repair that as quickly as possible. Turn our burst laser back on, get Banks back into there, and this guy back into here. Got another missile, but I'd rather not shoot the missile unless we really have to. Now they've repaired 1 level. This is it being orange means that it's at basically somewhere between 0 and 100% repair. 50% most likely. But so he's just brought his missile launcher back online. So I'm going to shoot my burst laser as soon as it comes online back at that weapon spot, because I want to try to shut that down before he can power up the missile launcher. Now he's probably going to get the shot off though. Oh, we got it in time. Perfect. Now from here, I'm going to go for his shields. Actually, no. We're just going to keep shooting at the missiles. Just to make sure that he can't ever fire upon us. It takes a little bit longer, but I want to conserve missiles, because missiles are a finite resource, where lasers you could just keep shooting over and over again. You have made your point. We are beaten. Take these and leave us to our shame. We can either take 2 fuel, 3 missiles, and a little bit of scrap, or we can just continue to fight them anyway. 8 scrap is not very much. I think we'll get more for blowing them up. Now you can see their doors opening and closing. There are crew in there, we just don't have the ability to scan them. To do that, we'd have to upgrade our ship. We'll look at that soon. Now, he might actually get that missile shot off, which will be unfortunate, because we'll take a little bit of hull damage. Nope, he actually experienced a little bit of burn damage, so... yeah, see? 14 is more than 8. We got no missiles, but we got some drone parts, same amount of fuel, but scrap is a little bit more important. So let's take a look at the ship upgrades. So for instance, I have 24 scrap now, which I could use to purchase an extra point in shields. It wouldn't actually do anything for me yet, because you have to have at least up to, see there where it says 1 shield bars, 2 shield bars? You have to purchase 2 upgrades here before you get another real tangible increase to the shield strength. But we'll just hold off in case we need it for a shop of some sort. I'll check our repairs, everything looks fine. I think this guy, yeah, I got injured. So we'll send me over there, turn off the oxygen for a second, get him healed up, and repower that. This game kind of reminds me of, like, I don't know, it's like Star Trek, or Star Trek to me. It's fun. I like it a lot. Alright, let's see. Let's go here. You see a civilian space station with heavy damage. You receive a message. We've been hit hard by the war. We need more drone parts to speed up our repairs. We'll buy some from you if you have extra. Well, we don't have any real... We have only just 1 drone part, so we can't sell it. Just have to ignore the station. And that's the only event that happens. So there's nothing else to do here. It's time to jump on again. We have 15 fuel, meaning we can jump 15 times. And if we were to run out of fuel, we're stranded. Doesn't necessarily mean the game's over, but it doesn't necessarily bode well for you. Your arrival is greeted by numerous computer alerts. The nearby automatic rebel scout has deployed a virus and disrupted your shield system. So you can see that we've got 1 bar missing out of shield strength. Hopefully it won't cause further problems before you can destroy it. Alright, so this guy looks like he's got lasers, and that looks like a EMP type weapon. He doesn't have any shields of his own, otherwise we'd see something around him. So we're just going to shoot directly at his missiles, or the weapon room. You can see his weapons charging up there. He'll probably get a first shot off. Yeah. Oh, it wasn't EMP, it was an actual laser. Not a big deal. I should go work on that. He's not very good at it, so there's really no point to this, but he's not being useful, so might as well. One of the things that's great about this game is the music. I think it's awesome. I love it. Alright, so we've collected a little bit of useful scrap. Let us continue. Let's wait until that gets fixed. And so here's the rebels. They're coming after us. These areas here, you have to fight a very powerful unit, and the only reward you get for defeating him is 1 fuel. So you don't want to be in this territory at all as they advance. This other red line is letting you know where they're advancing to after I take the next jump. So for instance, I could jump here, but when I get there, there's going to be rebels. So this would be a safe spot, but this would not. We could go to this store, but it looks like we've got time, so let's go to the distress beacon first, see if we can get a little bit more scrap before we head to the store. You find a number of ships fleeing from a small space station. You hail them, asking what's wrong. We've been overrun by some sort of giant alien spiders. Oh man. I don't know, this usually doesn't go well for me. Let's just leave them alone. Spiders are scary. You can't risk fighting some unknown alien on every backwater station you come across. You prepare to jump. Yes, indeed we do. We've got 2 stores. Let's go check them out. Let's go to the store first. Now with only 39 scrap, we're not likely to be able to get too much, but let's see what he has to offer. You get a drone control station, crew teleporter, cloaking. They're all too expensive. We could buy a little bit of fuel, tiny bit of, a couple missiles or drone parts. This confused me the very first time I played. It says fuel times 6, 3 scrap. And I thought, oh, that's a pretty good deal. 6 fuel for 3 scrap. No, that means that there are 6 available, and they cost 3 scrap each. We will fix our ship up a bit. I like to stay as high as possible on that. We really don't have enough room for anything. We have no augmentations. Yeah, we're just going to have to skip this area. Let us press forward. Yeah, we'll just go see what this guy has. I mean, again, we're not going to have much money to do much, but we're doing fine on fuel, not too worried. This is the exit. This is where we travel to the next sector, or the next zone. So I want to see as many of the spots as possible in order to try to get as much scrap, basically, from each sector as possible. No one hails your ship. That's unfortunate. We're not getting much of anything, really. Now I'm going to go to the exit, but we're not actually going to jump yet. This is the only spot I can teleport to, so... or faster than light move to. When the FTL drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. A nearby space station hails you. Greetings! Your arrival is most fortuitous. We recently came across some extra drones. If you have some fuel, perhaps we can make a deal. 2 fuel for 3 drones parts. I think that's a pretty good deal, so... we'll take it. In the hopes that we can trade them back at a profit later on. Now I could click this next sector button, or I could visit maybe just one more location before they get too close. Let's do that. You receive a request. All of our military ships have been destroyed or damaged during the rebellion. However, there have been reports of a Mantis war camp only a few jumps from us. Can you help? Sure, we'll do what we can. Thank you. If you can just give us a count on their numbers, perhaps we can get the rebels to help. 12 scrap. Added a quest marker. Continue. Okay, now I do think it's time for us to head back. I'm going to have to jump. I can't really afford to fight the rebels maybe more than just this once. We don't actually have to beat this ship, we just have to get our FTL drive charged up, and then we can teleport to the next sector. So we found the beacon. We're going to have to fight him for a moment, and it sounds like they actually boarded some intruders on. We've got Dolan here, so let's get our Mantis into that room to fight him. And meanwhile, I am willing to spend maybe 1 missile on this. So let's fire that missile at the weapons that they have so we don't take too much damage. Just going to get a pretty powerful burst of his laser here on us. Hey! Only one hit the shield, the other one missed. So because of our... because we have 20% evasion from having a person manning the cockpit, and then we've got engines, each level that you have, each point of power assigned to the engines gives you an extra couple percent of evasion, so fortunately we missed. Looks like my Mantis boy just killed that guy. Good job. Good job. Let's do this. We will shoot a missile again, take out the shields, at least part of the shields, and then shoot that. Keep their weapons weak. And we're almost charged up on the FTL. Kind of worried about our Mantis buddy here. He's kind of weak. We'll just shoot the missiles. Shoot the weapon systems again. And again, the only benefit we'd really get to blowing this guy up at this point would be 1 fuel. We might as well. Got him on the run. So let's hang out and blow him up. Just gonna put that on auto fire. Actually, let's take this out. It'll be exciting later on if we're able to get a teleporter so that we can send our Mantis boy across the other ship. Yay! Success. 1 fuel. Alright. He's fully healed up. Let's make sure we turn oxygen back on. It's easy to forget about that. We're at 70% oxygen now. One thing you don't want to do is press the Z key twice, because then the doors open. Ah! Run away! You don't want to be in those crossed areas. That means there's not enough oxygen to support people there. And we'll move on to the next sector, so we can decide either to go towards the Uncharted Nebula or the NG-controlled sector. Let's go see the NG. And we've arrived in NG space. The Mantis have been threatening the NG core worlds, but you should be able to stock up for your journey. So I'm going to wrap this video up here, but I am going to continue. I'm going to probably do 1 sector per video, and probably just do 1 playthrough of the game tonight, just for fun. Nice change of pace. So thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next video.